23rd of October 2023. And this is a Warrafak moment, of course. And maybe Neil de Beer can bite on his teeth and say Warrafak. I don't care. Fact of the matter is, we've got serious problems. And people trying to be politically correct, be holier than thou, use perfect wording and syntax and have 24 fucking script writers in the back that prepare their narrative. I don't have those things. I'm just an ordinary guy. Just an ordinary guy that sees the things, and then I talk about it, and I talk about it like we would talk about it around a braai fire. No need to try and be politically correct. We've got a major problem with information. The information are being seriously controlled. Take a look at this screenshot that I took of Alex Cristofaro's latest presentation, and where he was talking about that change. I cannot use the fucking word. It is a change that is coming. And lots of people talk about it. And look at this warning that the platform gives. Totally fucking irrelevant to what Alex was talking about. Alex was talking about Biden's utterances. But look how the news is thrown. Same shit as what happened with the pestilence. Same thing. So, be aware of information that you get. Make very sure about your sources, because the lies are propagated like hell. Let's look at what's happening in the Middle East currently. First, most prominently, Christians is being deceived. They're telling us, those cretins that are flying that star flag, blue and white, they're not Christians. They're not the chosen people of God. They started off as a political movement, and they morphed into a terrorist organization that started stealing land. That is what is happening there. And today, they've got all the power in the government, and they're doing whatever they like. And those warmongers sitting in a shithouse there in Washington are fully supporting them. What they are doing there is committing war crimes. And then there's Christians that sit and look at it and say it's God's people, it's God's will. The fuck is that? You're talking shit. You better get yourself better informed and see who the more you are supporting. But look at the practical side. The Americans rolled that massive fleet presence out immediately. Most probably purely for intimidation value, because they are still in that pipe dream that America can control the world. They still think they are the biggest power in the world. But let them live in that la-la land. The fact of the matter is, the moment that they moved that fleet into position, Putin started with MiG-31s patrolling the Black Sea. And they clearly stated, those MiGs are armed with Kinshal missiles. And then Putin said, what is the Americans trying to do with that fleet there? Are they trying to scare somebody? Because in Palestine, in Gaza Strip, and Lebanon, there are people that is afraid of nothing. And Hezbollah has got ammunition, missiles, that can reach those ships of the Americans. But Putin said, the MiGs patrolling the Black Sea, America must take note. We are watching them. If they touch our bases or soldiers in Syria, those MiGs can reach them. And then he said, those missiles travel at Mach 9 and they've got a range of 1,000 kilometers plus. Not a threat, a warning. But those cretins, those shithouse pay attention. Don't think so. And then it became news that the Chinese is moving warships around in the vicinity of the Middle East. Well, there are people that say it's only a routine redistribution and whatever. The fact is, they're there. There is crazy people in Washington that are spoiling for a fight with Iran. And they're trying all types of shit. And they're using this narrative that Iran is behind Hamas. The fact of the matter is, the Zionists created Hamas. And they created Hamas to cause division among the Palestine. And it was very effective. So Hamas is a Zionist lapdog. And the biggest support for Hamas is not Iran, it is in Qatar. But that will never be made public. MSM won't fly with it because it goes against the narrative. Iran is the major threat to world peace. Says the fucking cretins that has got a hell of a lot of bases in the Middle East. To do what? For a start, in Jordan they're stealing the Jordanian people's, not in Jordan, in Syria. They're stealing the Syrian people's oil. That's what they are doing there. But they've got a big problem. Erdogan from Turkey has now also made his position known. And it is against the Americans. The problem is, Turkey has got the biggest military might in Europe. The biggest. And there are certain Turkish divisions that are ferocious fighters. So the Americans, with that one load of Marines they've got there, have got no fucking chance. The reality is this. If things go wrong, those warships floating around there is going to become coffins. They're going to sink. There's no way they can protect themselves against that hypersonic missiles. But they keep on pushing. And the American people, the ordinary American people, are sitting, tweeting and memeing about this shit. Instead of marching up to Washington and rip those fuckers out of that offices and put them in a mineshaft somewhere and start over. Because the days of the American hegemony is over. It's over. But they cannot make peace with it. They make stupid statements that they can fight 2.5 wars and they can't even fight one fucking war. It's a big problem. So things are going wrong for the West in Ukraine. But they've been warned about it, but they didn't listen. The general position among many analysts is, this Ukraine war is the end of NATO. Another problem is, it seems like the European people are beginning to wake up. They see the brutality towards the Palestinian people. For fuck's sakes, I'm not a Hamas supporter. They're a terror group. And they do violent things. But there are ordinary people. But there's a concept that the Zionists are promoting called mowing the lawn. What do they mean by mowing the lawn? Killing the fucking children. That's what they mean. Exactly what the British did here in South Africa during the Anglo-Boer War. Killing our children. Because they know by killing the children they kill the next generation. So open your eyes. You're dealing with Satanists here. Wake up. the fact of the matter is, not a single Westerner is talking peace. Not in the Ukraine, not in the Middle East. Just war, 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 war. And I've reached a point where I personally think it will be a good thing if between Turkey, Iran, Russia, China, Northern Korea, they fuck the American fleet up there in the Mediterranean. Sink those fucking ships. Let the Americans understand their days of fucking around the globe, bullying people, stealing wherever they can, threatening, causing division, those days are over. That is what should happen there. Yeah, now people are going to say, yeah, but the fuckers are going to use nuclear arms. I believe that in the Pentagon, not on the first level, on the second level and on the third level, are people that know the facts. And they are actually sitting on the blocks of buttons. This bullshit that Biden's got a button is a fucking story, man. He doesn't even know where his belly button is. The fact of the matter is, those people will most probably not engage in that insanity, because if they hit the first nuclear button, the Northern Hemisphere is gone as we know it. I have done skid marks on the dead hand of Russia. Fact of the matter is, we need to talk to one another, and the ordinary people need to understand. You better get rid of those maniacs that is sitting in control of your governments. You're not in control of your own government. Your government is controlled by other forces, which I cannot fucking mention, because then I'm going to get a strike again. You know what I'm talking about. Ordinary people need to wake up. And I'm going to end this rant by saying again, it is only the tribes that will survive in the end. Only the tribes will survive. Why will the tribes survive? Because the tribes are bonded by cultural realities and values. And the biggest driving force in any tribe is survival. So, don't let your brain be washed by the narrative. The Zionists are the terrorists. They are the ones that are wrong, not the Palestinian people. And think about the fact that they're mowing the lawn. And then look at the images. I'm not going to show you any images of how people are frantically digging their children out from under the collapsed rubble of the buildings in the Gaza. Think about that. If you're a decent person, you cannot condone that. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. And I want to thank the people that are supporting the channel financially. I really appreciate that. Thank you.